All right, let's take a look. So this is our new cloth PvP armor. That looks pretty sweet. Now, here's the thing. Is this... Okay, while the PvE class tier set was first previewed in April... Okay, so this is cloth PvP. I mean, that looks pretty sweet to me. I like that. Let's make this bigger. I don't know. What do you think? Hang on. Let me do that. Okay, good. We have saved the stream, everyone. That's your problem. Shouldn't have got a Mac. Fuck no, man. Yeah, no, the new Macs completely fucking destroy any Windows computer I've used in terms of, I mean, really raw performance, battery life. Even when docked, they're awesome. They're basically, I mean, they're basically just the fucking best machines out there. It's insane. I mean, not for gaming, but for all the other shit that I do, yeah, every day over Windows. Even just the amount of OS level, like, bugs, crashes, issues, the new Mac OS is so much less prone to crashes, and so much more stable, and fucking so much faster. Yeah, no, they're great, but I just don't think they're ideal for the gaming use case, unfortunately. Okay, so there's the cloth PvP. Let's look at our new raid weapons. So, man, you'll be able to make some really cool transmogs with these, right? Like even the Firelands set. Yeah, oh, hey. What's this, like, hunters actually getting cool gear? It's not supposed to be like that anymore. I remember, you know, getting the fucking Murloc set in tier 11. That was something. Oh, okay. This armor's pretty nice. Glaives. Oh, dude, big fiery glaive. Now that is going to make people happy. Sweet. Fist weapons. I think looking pretty damn good. Daggers. Because, of course, rogues are stealthy, so what they need is a humongous glowing dagger. Maces. Oh, yeah, kind of the usual. Those are really satisfying. Those are really satisfying indeed. Offhand? Oh, that's actually... Hey, that leather... That's a really nice leather effect. Pole arms. Not really as long as I would have hoped for. Yeah, so I guess if you want, like... If you want a big elementally... Oh, hey, now that sword is sweet. Yeah, if you want, like, a big... sort of element sort of thing going on, then yeah, totally. Dungeon weapon models. Okay, so these are going to be more based around the, you know, the lads, the centaur. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I suppose if you want a more, like, you know, sort of, I guess, fantasy Mongols style thing. Big old boomstick. Very satisfying. I love how I've just kicked off a Mac and PC argument in chat. Pog. They're different tools for different reasons. Okay, yeah, stuff's looking pretty good. Getting a bit of WOD vibes with those. Yeah, pole arms, lots of options. Oh, these will look really cool in some people's transmogs. Another dungeon sword. Hey, if you like colors, I think that... Oh, hey, right, Titan stuff. Now. This makes me think of some of the cool stuff that we got, like, around Wrath. That's a really... Okay, I can't unsee. That's a smiley face. Totally a smiley face. Titan two-handers. Okay, cool. Quest. More quest stuff. Yeah, Grant, I think that's just kind of more along similar lines. Like, hey, basic, really well executed. Actually, those book offhands are really sweet. It's like a map scroll thing. That's pretty nice. Oh, would you look at that? It's just a regular old shield. But, you know, high quality. Yeah, good. I know, like, the moggers fucking eat that shit up. Because, you know, these can go with like multiple different sets, and sometimes that can be really a struggle with how the game handles transmog, right? Like, you know, you've got no dies, you've got nothing like that. Very nice, though I think maybe it's time we check out some tier gear. Yeah. Okay, the Evoker one. The Evoker Primalist set. That's looking pretty rad. I think that's actually awesome. Maybe if it had more 3D bits around the bottom, right? If it was like kind of just a bit more lit up, I think that could perhaps work better. But I think that's a pretty sweet set. It's, of course, just that thing where you do have the very obvious downside. You don't get to use this when you're in your Drakthir form. So that's unfortunate. And there's it versus the concept art. Yeah, so you see in the concept art, you really get so much more from the bottom than is here. So I think, honestly, they need their blacks to be blacker, and I think they need a little bit more in the effects work down here. And from the back, that certainly does not look good. So maybe change up that back. I mean, maybe they just assume people will be using a cloak, but whatever. Solid enough. Warlock. So here's what the Warlock concept art is like. And here is the Warlock in-game. Now, this actually brings up a issue with a lot of data mining and just how things are displayed. Because there's people saying, yeah, okay, so here's the problem. Look at the pose of that Warlock. That's not a neutral pose. That's like a bit of a power pose. Look at the shoulders, like, that's not a human male. And then you see it modeled in a human male, and it just looks fucking bulbous. So this is going to look so much better on not a human male. And I really wish that we didn't use human male as the default when, you know, when previewing gear. Because I think most of WoW's gear looks significantly worse than a human male. I think a human male works great for the plate gear in World of Warcraft, but for a lot of stuff, it doesn't. I think it just messes up the shapes. Okay, Druids. It's like a little busy. My account doesn't really know where to go to. Again, this would look great if it was not in a human male. I just don't think it looks great on a human male, to be honest. And again, you see it's posed dynamically here. And it's just a very idle animation here. So that's always something that just changes how they feel when you see them in a preview. Priest. Hey, that's sweet. Maybe not that color, but in the red and white color, I think actually all of these will look better in red and white. And maybe, you see this effect here? I imagine that will look significantly better in-game versus the preview tool. Okay, I think Priest is a win. Oh yeah, updated Old World stuff. I'll talk about that in a sec. Monk. Yeah, I like it. Again, this would look brilliant if it was not on a human male. Like, look at the concept art. Right, look at these proportions. Let's just get another paint. Do the side by side. And we'll scale them. You can just see. Look at the midline. Look how thick it is. It's so much thicker there. I know the scale is a little bit different here. Look at the scale of the shoulder compared to the chest area. And, you know, and here, right? I think some of this stuff just scales, like, so much worse on the human male model that, you know, they get a better showing if they weren't previewed than that. Warrior. Oh, actually, yeah, Nikki said the Warrior kind of looks like a flight suit from Anthem. Yeah. Now, that's what Warrior is going to look like when it's... I think this is a really awesome set, by the way. Yeah, it's a really awesome set. That is going to look just fantastic when it's in its red coloration, I think. It's unfortunate that what the data mining has found this early, I think, is maybe the less good-looking color variation. Death Knight Primalist, then. DKs. Big example of we'll see what these effects really look like once we see this in-game. I mean, I think that's pretty on model. I think it's an example, too, where, like, on the human male, just like with the Warrior, looks pretty damn strong, right? And I think that just shows it's very hard to make a armor design work on so many different body types without, I think, doing a whole bunch of manual scaling in each. And at the end of the day, like, the WoW human is just so bulky that some things just don't really look right. But this is an example of something I think works pretty well. I want to see this in its, white and red coloration, though. DH? I mean, why is this, why in a human male? There's a DH. And you can see, again, how Blizzard have posed this character. So much of this is in the posing, guys. That's really the thing to compare. You know what? I'll save this. Well, just go in there. Bye. Like, you do the side by side, and it's just, it's night and day. I'm so much more used to Photoshop. I mean, look how it's dynamic. Just look at the posing. There's so much characterization in the posing here. And then look at the proportions. I mean, the proportions... Plus, as well, you're never going to see this in a human. You're never going to see this in a human. So it will look better in a DH. I think it's... Depending on how much it looks like that, and you actually get effects like that, it could look great. But right now, it's maybe one of the weaker showings. Mage. Okay, standard boilerplate about human males. I think that's pretty sweet, though. Look at that helm. That's, like, looking pretty fucking dark and sinister. And, yeah, if you get that, again, on a different character, maybe you get, like, the red coloration, I think that's going to look pretty sick. But, again, it does look pretty weird here. The sort of big, torso bulk is so much in this character that it, the shape, it feels different. Also, these, like, bandage things, they're not really there yet. So the middle, I think, is not really helping us too much. And I guess they haven't got the feet in yet. Hunter gear. So here's the concept. Here's the gear. It's a bit muddled. It's a bit muddled. I like the bits, but maybe a different coloration will help us with the, like, with the contrast and everything. So there's them. Rogues. I mean, rogues often look awesome. Oh, fuck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, now, again, it looks shit in a human. I think with a more lithe, more slender character, where, the bulk isn't as much, these proportions will all look so much better. But I think that's a really, really nice set. So, yeah, awesome. Okay, good one. We've then got the Shaman. Yeah, that works. I think that works pretty good. Simple, works. Happy enough. And, oh yeah, this. Should I cover Paladin? I actually think I forgot to cover... Yeah, I missed Paladin. This is one where there was a drama. See, initially, you see this black bit here? This didn't load. So you just saw your dude's face, and it just looked ridiculous. But it looks significantly better now that face works. It looks significantly more like the model, but still not quite like the model. On the model, you see these bits at the back are really a lot more exaggerated than they appear to be here. The posing as well, the shoulders are a bit back. It's a real power stance. And, so it looks great here. Hasn't exactly translated. 2, the blacks are black. Here, they're kind of more gray, so maybe the different colorations will look better because, of course, the contrast really does help your perception of depth. So we'll see. Now then, why have they made these? Or are these just going to be things used in the expansion? A new inn. Look at that. And what I love here is this looks like the Goldshire Inn. It looks on model. This like sometimes the HD things lose a bit of character. I mean, this just looks like the HD Goldshire Inn as I remember it. You know, we'll have to see when it's furnished in the inside, but that's a cool model. We've got a new Alliance tower, so that's pretty sweet. I mean, maybe are they going to be taking us to the Dragon Isles in airships or something? Because they've made a new airship. This is a big asset. Building an entire airship again, you know, in high res, right? Like that's a lot of work to do. Or, I mean, maybe they had, like, master files or something they could work off to sort of speed the process up. But, yeah, for some reason, they've went to the effort of making a whole bunch of HD stuff. I mean, shit, that looks pretty awesome. Maybe the chromey stuff? Yeah, that could be cool. Night Elf boats. Okay, that one's not appearing correctly, but, I mean, you can get the gist of it without the sort of black there. So, that's looking good. A new Wyvern flight point that looks like the Warcraft 3 building. So, that's pretty awesome. A new Horde Zeppelin tower. So, I mean, I wonder, are you going to be Zeppelining back and forth? Horde ship. I guess this time Blood Elf related. Texture's not loading in right at the back. There's a place... oh, there you go. WoW actually crashed twice. Interesting. So what was taking my computer down there was seemingly a Warcraft related thing. I'll have to be more careful then. But anyway, there's a place called Theron's Watch, so, I mean, I wonder if there's going to be Blood Elf things going on. We got the new Tuskar boat. Now, this is cool. Ian Bates, Red Shirt guy, went in this. It's like a 45-minute sightseeing tour. Which, I mean, it's not the most important thing. It's just like a cute little addition. Ah, yeah, and there's the Aspect Meeting Hall that we've already seen. So there's a look at some of the new assets that are coming in this expansion. I think it looks pretty damn good, to be honest. So, yeah. I'm happy with that.